Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. And I don't even want to say we're back with another new video. I want to say Happy New Year to you guys. It is now 2019. Today is January the 2nd. And I hope you all were in the New Year's.
I got candy stuck on my finger.
What's
it's not
coming
coming off. Okay, there you go. Sorry.
Okay, you used to never. I don't want to start the New Year off real dirty.
But I did.
You gotta look it up.
Literally, I did.
Oh my God.
January 1st. And the crazy thing is, when I was at church, I said that I was going to do something bad tonight, and I did.
Oh my God. Not at church.
No, I said it to at church. But not to everybody, but just to a few people that I talked bad with at church.
Oh my God.
And sure enough, I got that phone call leaving church.
Right at the church. You set it off.
But they knew what I said, where you?
Oh. But you know what?
Yeah,
I can't. Woo! So let's start this over. Happy New Year to the YouTube community. I hope you all had a great start to the year. Let me tell you something. It was raining here in Philly.
Yes, it was.
Everybody didn't have no plans. Nobody had no plans. I'm not going here. I'm not going here. Nobody did absolutely nothing.
The rain will do that.
So yes, it did. So I stayed home. I actually was flipping. I kept watching Steve Harvey. Then I was watching whatever Channel 10 had on. Then I was watching Dick Clark Rockin' Eve. Then I was watching CNN. I kept flipping through the channels. And you know, once you know, I thought I was gonna go out, but I didn't. So the ball dropped, and I ate some black eyed peas and stuff. I ate some greens. I came back up here and I went to sleep. I went to sleep, and next time I know, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. But I want to tell you something. I hope that Brooke Baldwin and Don Lemon have something. Like, they need like their own little slot, because I don't really like Anderson Cooper in Times Square. If we could see the adventures of Don and Brooke in New Orleans for New Year's Eve, on New Year's Eve, I think that would just be a great way to start the year. Yeah, they're there every year, and you know, they be the ones drunk on TV. Anderson's so professional, and he had his first shot of alcohol or whatever.
He was with Andy, right?
Yeah. You know, they was all. Andy did better than last year, but ain't nothing like Brooke Baldwin and Don Lemon. Ain't nothing like them. And Christina Aguilera was back. I seen her on Dick Clark thing. I wasn't really feeling her too much. The vocals kept going in and out, and I just was like, no. But yeah, you know, so basically that was the New Year's thing. But while Mikkel was gone, I want to say thank you to Eddie for filling in on a Friday night with me, and we did like a live show. That shit went on for 4 hours, but I made it through 3.5 hours of the show. And it was just great because I'm playing, my sister Kenya came, and that's the first time I seen her all year. And Dennis came, and you know, they both were unplanned. And it was just so much fun, and I was just happy to see them. And we had a great show. We took calls, we sang live. If y'all missed that video, please go back and watch that video. And, you know, you were on your vacation, so how was your vacation?
I had a good time in Mexico. I had a good time on my cruise. I spent a few days in LA first, and then I went on my cruise, and then when I came back, I spent another few days in LA. I had a good time. Mexico is a beautiful, beautiful country. It's beautiful. And I can actually see myself going back, not on a cruise,
but just going back to
going.
Yeah.
We drove past Sylvester Stallone's house
in California?
No,
oh,
in
Mexico.
He has a home in Mexico. Which part? Where was I? We were in.
Is it Puerto Vallarta?
Yep, that's where we were. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. Like, it was just so beautiful. We did zip lining. We did ATVs. We went to this Mexican restaurant and had lunch. It was like really, really beautiful. I had a good time.
I still have my reservations about going to Mexico. I hope I go one day though.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Like, it was awesome. It wasn't anything bad, and I didn't feel, you know, I didn't feel any type of, you know what I mean? It just was nice. The people were nice. We had a good time. A good time. And like I said, I had so much fun there that I could definitely see myself going back not on a cruise, but just going back. And just exploring. You know what I mean? Not even doing like the whole resort thing, but just going and doing what we did, like exploring. When we did zip lining, we went to the jungle, and it was like, as we were driving there, as our driver was taking us there, I was saying to myself, we are so far away from civilization that if he was to kill us, nobody would never know where we were.
That's
how far out we were. I mean, in the jungle, Kevin. Not a street light, not a stop sign.
It wasn't dark though. It was.
No, it was in the daytime. But bitch, when it gets dark, I can only imagine what it looks like out there.
What goes on out there in that part?
And it was so crazy because you're like, wait a minute. How do you even know how to get here because it's in the jungle? Oh my God!
They used to it.
Yeah, because he was a nice driver. He really was. We tipped him really well.
Was he young?
No, he was an older guy. It was like a cab driver because you get off the ship and you just find you tell them where you want to go, and they be like, oh, we know where to go. And he took us there, and he took us there. He stayed with us all because it was so far away. He stayed with us while we were at the zip lining, and then he took us like for a little tour. And then we said we were hungry, so he said, "Oh no, I got a great restaurant that y'all can go to." You know, he really good English, really good English. He had a little accent, but his good English. His English was good. He took us to this restaurant. It was a nice restaurant, chill. The food was amazing. These jumbo shrimps that I had, like fresh out the ocean. I mean, everything was amazing. Real. We did a tequila tasting at the zip lining place. Real tequila. Just imagine. And the lady was explaining to us, when y'all get it in America, it's processed and they do all that. But here, it's real. I mean, it's good.
They cut it.
Oh, it's good. It was good. I had a good
that part I do want to
Yes, and I thought about you too. I said, if I call bro around the next, I said Kevin would love this. Yeah. Well, you think
I wish I could try that.
And it was all
authentic tequila.
It was all different flavors. It was like coconut flavors, then cherry flavors, like a black cherry type. I mean, it was all shit that I've never heard of before, Kevin.
See, when I drink tequila, it's only like either Patron or Anion or
this was that
1800.
Yeah, this was that real deal, and it was just like, oh my God.
Well,
even I was like,
what cruise did you go on?
I went on Carnival.
Okay.
When we went to the zip line, and that was in because the tequila place was right where the zip lining place was at. She had like a little. And
can you imagine zip lining on tequila?
Bitch, no, that's why we did it after. Oh my God, can you imagine? Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Wait.
You want to talk about passing out in the sky?
So like I said, we were in the jungle. So the zip lining wasn't even the bad part.
Yeah.
It was the walking. Because every level you went to, you had to walk up steps to get. And I mean, this is in the jungle, so it was like everything was like man-made and like covered and stuff. Reminds you of some Jurassic Park type shit.
Yeah.
And if you weren't in shape like me, it was like, oh bitch, we gotta walk up more steps. But the higher you went, every level you went, and you would zip line across. Bitch, we was as high as the buildings downtown. Like we were high. Like
I've done zip lining, but never that high.
Oh, Kevin, it was beautiful too.
I'm getting chills thinking about that.
Oh, it was so beautiful. Like to the point that certain parts, as high, every time we went high, I would either close my eyes or just look straight and not down. That's how high we was. Because I was like, no, I like adventure, but this is
because then I gotta finish this shit.
Yeah. Because every time I went, I said, wait. And they kept saying, no, we got another level to go. Another level. It was 11 levels that we did.
Yeah.
It was awesome, though. It was really awesome. I had a good time. I would recommend going to Mexico and having a blast. Because I did. And I will definitely go back.
So, it's already 2019, and we are hearing, well, not hearing, but Tiffany Haddish, basically she took the first L of 2019.
Yes, she did.
And she was doing one of those New Year's Eve shows in, I'm going to say Mexico, in Miami. And the crowd, basically, they let her have it. They said things to her, or they left. And she knew she did a bad job. And, she said that basically she was drinking and having herself a real good time. And while she was on the stage, she was saying, like, I know TMZ want to catch this. She couldn't remember the jokes. One joke she told it was just a horrible joke. I'm like, oh, this is not funny. And then I started, like, people seeing the tweets about what Cat Williams was saying, and why people said what Cat Williams said was true, and like I didn't like want to like come down on her, so I just never said anything about it. And yes, there is a point where every comedian bombs, but there's also a point where you need to be ready at all times when you're doing a show like that, especially when people always say you're not funny. You need to kill it every time you put a microphone to your mouth and you're going out on stage telling jokes for an hour or so. You gotta be on point, and all of this, like everybody says every comedian bomb. No, Tiffany gotta be on point. Everybody has to be on point. And I feel like that's just an excuse just to, you know, make her feel better. I don't think that we should be putting her down and stuff, but we damn sure need to be letting her know she need to be ready. When she get on that stage, she always says she ready, she ready.
She bombed to the point that people were leaving.
Yeah,
that's bomb.
That's
Like I've seen comedians bomb, but people not leave, but they bomb. A few jokes here and there were bombs, but you know. But she bombed to the point that people were leaving and booing her. And the thing is it's not like Tiffany Haddish is a new name. Everybody knows who she is.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're a big time celebrity and you're getting booed like that is like wow. But see, the thing is, you have to know your lane. And I don't think stand-up is her lane. I think making movies is her lane.
and acting goofy.
And acting goofy. So you can't act goofy like that in front of a crowd because everybody's not going to want to... You know, first of all, I would never pay to go see her.
Me neither.
I've never went to the movies to see a Tiffany Haddish movie. Girls Trip I saw on TV, and I didn't even see the whole thing. I mean, it's just like I don't know. Something about her is I don't want to put her down because she's doing her thing. Yeah. But I mean, I guess whatever.
She just got to be ready.
Right. You have to be on point.
You can't do that.
So
especially your jokes got to be on point, and if you know, because you could be drunk and still tell jokes.
Yeah.
There are plenty of comedians like Lunel. Who bitch, she requires a drink on stage, and she don't forget not one joke, and you never heard nobody say anything bad about her. Recently or in the past, I've never heard, like, she probably bombed too. Right. But Tiff, you come on now. Right. You just got to be on point, and you was like you in Miami, and you was drinking the whole time. You cannot do that. Right. And even us, like, because when we was on stage, and when we get back on stage this year, I don't want to have no fucked up show. And we kept trying to get our show together. Like, we was like, we need topics. We got to be on point. And Tiff, when you do your jokes need to be on point, and you need to have that shit lined up and or memorized, and you shouldn't have to read it off no iPad. Come on, Tiff.
She was reading her jokes off
the fucking iPad.
What?
And then she just was like, fuck it, I'm going to take pictures with y'all going to drink with me and invite people up on the stage and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Tiffany,
because it was that bad.
It was that bad. And one guy who made a video and was talking about Tiffany and stuff, I mean, everybody came down on him really, really hard. I mean, they went in on him. And he still only got 200 followers, but the video got like 7,000 retweets and stuff like that. But everybody was going in on him. Yeah, so Tiffany did that bad in Miami. I don't know. She says she's never going to bomb again on stage, but I just want her.
Yeah, she needs to stay off of the stage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. She just needs to stay off of the stage. Really, stay off of the stage.
Off,
and stick to the movie sets, and stay off of the stage. Know your lane.
Or maybe if she did stand up, because a good storyteller, someone who I love, because I don't really think they be telling jokes, is Kathy Griffin. It's like story time theater, but that shit be
but see, you have to have it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for instance, I've learned that with me personally, a lot of people will say, oh my God, you're so funny, or whatever the case may be, like this, that, and the third. I don't necessarily think that I'm funny. I think, like you said with Kathy Griffin, the stories that I tell are funny, and the way I deliver the stories are funny. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I know how to tell and deliver a story. Kathy Griffin knows how to tell and deliver a story. Tiffany Haddish may not know how to tell and deliver a story. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
To a big crowd.
To a big crowd. So it's kind of like, it may not work. Because, see, you may tell and deliver a story and it may fall flat. But then I'll tell the story and it may not fall flat. Like, for instance, prime example, when I told that panty line story.
Yes.
I did not expect that to really go the way it went. But that was a story that I made up. right there and then. Oh, I forgot to tell you I made the story up. But it was a story. It was a story that I made up right then and there. And I knew how to tell a story and I knew how to deliver the story, and your reaction to the story was comical. Mm-hmm. Tiffany Haddish, I don't think knows how to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, because even for me, when I see some of her clips, movie clips, I'm like, she's a little flat with her jokes. And like you said, she just acts goofy.
Yeah. But it's been working for her, but not.
That's why she should stick. Because you know what? When you mentioned Lunel is an excellent stand-up comedian, but I don't think she would be a good actress.
No, she's not a good actress,
right.
But I like seeing her and shit.
Right.
She be doing
but see, her lane is stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Tiffany Haddish, your lane is making movies. Mm-hmm. So leave the stand-up to Lunel.
Yeah. Or get advice from Monique, because she can do both. Yeah. She can act and stand up.
I wouldn't get...
I like Monique's stand-up.
No, I didn't say she wasn't funny. I'm just saying I don't think Monique's the right... I don't think she's...
Monique may give she might put some shit.
Because she's not really... Yeah. Oh,
she loves her
me to give you advice.
You know what? Make it make sense.
And they're not even helping me. They're not even giving me a job. And you want me to help you get a job?
Got a job with Netflix. And she got all these deals with
you
HBO.
Want me to help you get a job? And
Tiffany
they're not
even
giving me a job? I don't think so.
Tiffany is still winning, you know. But just don't get on that stage yet. No more. So today, you know, when I was like, yeah, we coming back and everything. People was like, you know, make sure you watch that Iyanla Van Zandt shit. And I'm like, hold up. Mm-hmm. I know I didn't miss Fix My Life. And what happened was I went to own website and I seen that they had a whole episode up there. When y'all watch it, y'all gonna flip. Because it was good. And not only that, bitch, when I was watching this today, I just was like, wow. You know, like, you know, a lot of people want to be famous, but do you really want to be famous? And can you hold yourself accountable for all the things that come along with that fame? Or can you hold yourself accountable for the things that you did on camera just to get a little bit of fame? And 2 out of 3 people got that right today. And it was a great show. Basically, it was called Reality Rehab, mm-hmm. with Althea from Love and Hip Hop, mm-hmm. Duchess from Black Ink Crew, and some lady from Bridezilla. Now, the lady from Bridezilla, her story mm-hmm. was basically like, you know, I went to apply for a job somewhere, and they Googled me, mm-hmm. and they asked me, oh, well, and you know, they seen the clips of me and my own sister fighting and stuff like that. And she was like, I don't think that, what's the right word I'm trying to say? She was basically saying, like, people Googled her and all the shit that she did on TV, it wasn't even worth it. And how she sold herself, you know, for the cameras and stuff like that. So she talked to Althea. Althea was basically just talking about how, she had a record deal, she bought her first house at 19, she did this and all that. Like, Althea was there for the TV, for the camera. Mm-hmm. About to say Aaliyah. Beyonce. Bitch, what's going on?
Beyonce.
I don't know what's going on.
And this is the first time I'm saying Beyonce on camera in 2019. But don't say her because she don't have nothing to do with this mess.
What's going on?
Because she better not go and fix my life. She better call me first before she go on anybody fix my life.
So, Iyanla asks, you know, basically the crew was like, bitch, don't put none of this on social media. Oh, what do Althea do? She goes on her video.
Oh, yeah. Because she don't listen.
And Iyanla got it together.
As she should.
Yeah.
You're here to get your life fixed, not to make a reality TV.
Yes. I don't even want to tell you everything because y'all got to watch it.
Yeah, don't tell me everything because I'm going to work tonight and watch it.
So, you know, basically, Althea was like, use what y'all got because I ain't coming back. Mm. And that was it on
And who was Althea again? She's
Althea
from
was the one Love and Hip Hop. She was with Benzino.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did say that. I can't picture her face, but I remember her name.
They called her Thithe. If you remember, it was so many years ago.
Yeah. Let me Google her real quick.
But the one that really like
thick, light skin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah.
The one that really got, you know, really saw through it all was Duchess. And it reminded me of that story that Iyanla told Evelyn, it's gonna cost you. You know, all of this is gonna cost you. And she wasn't afraid to be transparent. She wasn't afraid to say what was going to hurt. You know, she's like, oh, what they're going to think of me if I take my make. Oh my God, it was good. It was good. I just hope that, because I think doing this show is going to change her. I hope she doesn't move back to Black Ink Crew.
Who, Duchess?
Yeah.
I don't think they want her back there. Because
she
did you ever watch it? Well, then
she
ask me
because
because I know. Because that's my job. So Duchess used to date the owner of Black Ink Crew, C's. They had a tumultuous relationship. She also was a troublemaker in the tattoo parlor. Yeah. So she had C's ear. So she would like basically, oh, I don't like and then it would put him against, you know what I mean? And it caused a lot of friction in the tattoo parlor. And he got into a lot of arguments with people because of her, this, that, and the third. She just was a bad, she had some bad juju around her. It's interesting because I remember maybe a year or two ago when she came out and did this interview and talked about, after she left that Black Ink Crew, and talked about how the producers would stage certain situations, which she talked about that.
No, yeah.
It's no secret. I mean,
but you get that camera that light.
Right. But you were feeding into it. She's just not somebody, but she would never come back because C's would definitely never take her back because he's definitely moved on. You know what I mean? And the dynamic of the group now, it's like I can never see any of them welcoming her back because none of them liked her. None of them. So it's like, why would you ever come back? You were only really there because you were the owner's girlfriend. And you're not
saying like the stuff that she wanted to do. They would say that, oh, that's boring, you can't do that, and stuff like that. But anytime she was willing to turn up, the cameras was right there for that. So yeah, it was good, and I hope that she does change her life around. But you know, a lot of people that liked her for that turn up style, I don't know if they're going to be willing to go on that journey with her, and it has to be for her. But it was just really, really good, and for all those who really want like to be on reality shows and stuff like that. Right. I want y'all to watch this episode and see, like, is it really for you, and do you know who you really are before that camera cuts on you? Right. It was just to me, for me too. It was an eye opener and stuff like that. I enjoyed it, but Iyanla, please don't put no more clips on the internet yet, because
until after it airs.
Yeah, I wish we all could have watched that together because that would have been trending. It still won't trend when it come out next week. But then she got some even more deeper shows that's coming out, and I'm excited for it. Iyanla Fix My Life. So I don't know what's going on with Wendy Williams.
So they're not getting a divorce? Has she mentioned it on her show?
She hasn't mentioned anything about her husband. Remember, she said, "I still got the ring." So that let us know, oh yeah, it's friction, but I ain't going nowhere. Right. And he ain't going nowhere. But we've been hearing the rumors. It's all alleged that Wendy Williams' husband, Kevin Hunter, he had a little mistress, and we all seen the Daily Mail who followed them around for a whole year.
They did?
Yes.
And that's how we found out he bought her house.
Yeah, and remember she was like in a different car and like at the gym. And, oh my God, it was just a mess. Now she's pregnant allegedly. And you know, Wendy, she's been doing her show in a sling. She's been like with one arm. It's basically Wendy is like this.
Why is she doing it in a sling?
Now, Wendy said that...
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, Wendy said, you know, she just hurt her shoulder or something like that. I don't know if she passed out. I don't know if it's from her thyroid disease, or I know she also suffers from Graves' disease. You know, Wendy got some issue.
Grabbing her when she confronted him.
See, that's what I thought. It maybe it's something physical. But I ain't want to say it since you said
I'm not the one to gossip.
Yeah, I ain't one to gossip or like put the rumors out there. But I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe people have injured themselves who's had the the diseases that Wendy has. So I don't know, but it's like you don't never see Wendy Williams like that at all. Like it was to the point where she didn't even come on that Monday. Like it was like 2 weeks ago. She did. I got a calendar up, thank God. But I can't look at the date. But it was like 2-3 weeks ago. She just didn't come on, and then the next day she came on. She was in a sling. So, and then like she just don't seem like herself. And in every scene of the show, she's just sitting down. She's not up and like putting the microphone. It's just the whole dynamic of the show is just bad. Now they're saying like, oh, the Wendy Williams show it's not going to go on for too long. I hope that's not the case. Because Wendy has been a part of pop culture for the last 10 years on TV. And I think she's done a damn good job.
Not even that. TV, 10 years, but longer than that.
On the radio, she's been a real year. She's been around.
She's an iconic, messy bitch.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
And she's been going at it recently with B. Scott's website. She sent cease and desist letters to him. Now, I couldn't listen to his podcast because I don't have Spotify, and I had to get these notes together. But I am going to go to his website. If you go to his website, he has a story there. It's on the main page, and you could download the link to his podcast where he says he's spilling even more tea, him in Denver. So make sure y'all check that out. And because I want to hear what else is going on behind the scenes. But you know that anytime B. Scott's website get any kind of tea, it's always been exclusive and true. So, okay. You know.
Those were not fireworks.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. So I'm be looking forward to hearing what this guy has to say.
I'm gonna be looking forward to hearing what the news has to say about that.
Yeah. I hope. You know what? Did you hear about the girl who threw the baby in the trash?
Yes.
That
15-year-old. That was her baby?
Yes.
Was it a newborn baby?
A newborn baby. Had it on New Year's Eve.
Where was her fucking parents?
I don't know. That's just she got arrested. Like who? I don't.
That's some losing Isaiah. The baby was deceased.
Yeah, he's deceased. But I think when they found him, he still was alive.
But he eventually died.
Yes, it was bad.
That's horrible.
Yep.
That's horrible.
Yep. All these resources out here. She
throws at 15. First of all, you are a baby, and you throwing a baby in a dumpster. Like, where was her parents?
Somebody had to know something was going on.
Right.
Why was she at the hospital? If you felt that she didn't.
Wait, she had the baby at the hospital.
She had the baby at the house. She had to have the baby at the house. Yeah, and the neighbors. Everybody's pretty much upset about it. That's just.
Yeah, sad. I was upset when I read it on the news. When I saw it the other day, when it came across my phone.
Yeah.
Where was it, in West Philly?
North Philly. Not too far from here.
Can you imagine opening a dumpster and seeing the baby?
Street.
Or the trash people dumping that dumpster and seeing the baby's body? That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just sad. And then now this morning, I don't never gasp at news stories, okay? So, I know you heard about the white Audi that crashed into the car and 3 people died this morning. Did you hear about that?
No.
So this happened on 7th and Packer.
Let me see if it's on the news thing.
Oh, yeah.
7th and Packer, that's South Philly.
Yeah. And this is like, after the Mummers stuff going on. 3 people that was a part of one of the Mummers brigades.
This right here.
Yes.
Victims with ties to Mummers killed in head-on crash.
Yes.
And this is her with the baby. Look at her. Look at her. You saw some. She don't even like you 15.
No, she don't. I do feel bad for her.
I want to know where her mother
I want to know why she felt that she had
need to throw a baby in a dumpster, and where are her parents?
All these resources out here today. I don't know. We gotta. I really want to hear her story.
But what's up with this?
So I'm sorry, we gotta get y'all local news too, because I really gasped this morning. So you hear about a crash? Yeah, a white car crashed into another car. 3 people died. 1 person survived that was in the other car. So you hearing all of this? So they're saying like, okay, so the person that crashed into the other people, when the doctors got to him in the hospital and opened him up, he was stabbed 10 times.
Oh my God! So maybe he was on his way to the hospital and probably passed out and crashed.
But they're saying he stabbed himself. But there's no, because they said the knife was in on the the floor of the driver's side. Yeah. Like the knife was on the floor, and I'm just like, he was stabbed 10 times at least. At least 10 times.
Some people are crazy like that, Kevin. Some people.
But I'm like, how you gonna
because people are crazy like that. Hello?
And then we was all think like the news was like, well, maybe somebody stabbed.
Because you can tell when they're self-inflicted.
Oh yeah, they say, they're gonna.
So that's probably why they think that he did it himself.
Yeah, but that was just it's just horrible ways. Like
and he was the one who survived the crash.
Oh, he survived the crash, and the woman inside the car.
In his car or the other car?
The other car. Her
survived.
husband. They said that her husband passed away.
So he was in his car by himself.
Yeah, he was in his car.
And the people who died were in the other car.
Yeah, he hit them that hard, and the car, my guy. The way, because you know the news, they are there first on the scene. Okay,
of course.
The way that Audi looked, I couldn't believe that anybody survived.
Right.
That even him, he survived. And they cleaned that shit up like ain't nothing happened. They got what they got. They cleaned it up, and that road was open by 7:30.
Yeah, because I be having places to go. Yeah, you know when it's a car accident, and then it holds up traffic.
Yes. And then they had an overturned vehicle.
They had this bad thing on the expressway about a month or two ago, where these two trucks had collided on 76 on my way home, and the traffic, a ride that usually takes me maybe 15-20 minutes to get home took me nearly 2 hours to get to my house. God. I mean, I was on the expressway. Of course, it was backed up, so I knew it had to have been an accident. Then we had to go all the way up towards Valley Forge. Mind you, I don't live nowhere near Valley Forge.
Yeah,
and then like detour through Maniac and all that bullshit. You know, you got to make one exit, and then you got to take another exit to get to your house, and then that takes even longer. I could have did better by just driving up the fuck Broad Street.
You could have,
and wouldn't have taken that much longer.
I've never seen back-to-back traffic on Broad Street. Now, unless it's like a graduation.
So somebody who drives like me, when you come across a accident and the traffic is backed up, it's aggravating because you have to sit and sit.
What about times when you just sit and you be like, okay, well, what the fuck was going on all the time? What was the whole?
Or you and the cars is moving slow, and you're like, well, where's the accident? And then you finally get to the point why the cars move slow. Oh, because the cops pull somebody over, and everybody just slowing down to be nosy.
Yes, I hate.
But that has nothing to do with you. Keep going.
Keep it moving.
For that cop pull you over. Oh, sure.
Speaking of pulling over, Toni Braxton says she's getting out of this fiance shit with Birdman.
So somebody finally pulled her brains over? Because what was she thinking?
Yeah, be careful, because Tamar said if anybody come for her sister, she's coming for him on God.
I don't care.
She put on Instagram.
What did K. Michelle say? The only person that can come for me is Jesus when he come on to take me on the glory. Take me on the glory. So I don't give a two shits about what Tamar, and we're not going to start the new year off negatively.
No,
so I don't care what Tamar has to say.
Oh, I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, well take it back.
That's just her take. I don't give a damn. That's just her take. Anybody has anything to say on my sister's on God?
Well, I don't because she probably know that relationship was a shim sham. Thank you, ma'am. Wham bam.
Well, it wasn't no longer than the shit ass.
Okay, well,
because I remember when you was talking about them tattoos on his face, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Yeah.
And Toni.
And y'all still ain't never get married?
No.
Toni saw ching ching like the cash raised the ring. Well,
I want to know what happened to that ring.
I hope she kept it.
Bitch. She lost it, allegedly. Okay.
You know what? Don't say anything.
She was on Wendy Williams. Then that a couple days later,
she didn't lose that ring.
She said, "Where is my fucking ring?"
She was on Red Table Talk too.
Yes, I told you about it when she told my husband. You must have watched it again.
Yeah. No, I watched it here.
Oh, yeah, but about Carrie Lewis and divorce and stuff like that. Yeah, but Toni and Birdman, like, okay, like I don't feel bad.
No,
I mean,
neither do I.
I want Toni to fall in love again, but I want her to finish her tour.
But like, Toni needs to get Toni together. Yeah. I feel like Toni is not all the way together, and I feel like she is going through some shit. I feel like she's going through some shit, and she's not, allowing herself to heal from whatever it is she's going through. I feel like Toni is a little broken, and you're broken, and you keep entering these broken relationships that aren't lasting. Why can't some of these celebrities just go get help privately, seek help privately, date privately, so nobody never has to know what's going on, and then if y'all do ever break up, then we be like, damn, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why do you have to do that? Why do we all have to know that you were dating Birdman? Because I did not see that lasting long at all. Yeah. I definitely didn't see a marriage coming out of that.
I was surprised when she said she was.
Yeah, but once she said she was engaged,
I didn't think it was real.
Birdman,
yeah,
of all people, and I'm not saying nothing. Well,
but he probably was nice. He probably was nice to Toni.
Yeah, he probably was.
He probably was.
He probably had a nice check for Toni too.
and among other things. You just never know, because you know that they say down in New Orleans.
Well, yeah, but
I can't tell you. Go down and find out.
Oh.
So, huh? No. Let me tell you. Because I couldn't get past the
face.
Yeah. It's a lot of things I can get past, because I'm good for it.
Well, what if he had a bird box in his pants?
Hey, I'm going to be blind to it because I don't need it, you know? Toni, good luck, girl. And that tour, you know, good luck on the tour. I need Toni to start coming to Philadelphia and stop going to Atlantic City all the time.
Well, the last time she was here, people walked out on her.
I know, that was the last time. But you know, you ain't heard nothing. I haven't heard a bad story since.
Well, I mean, you know, Philly can be rough. Yeah. We are rough, and we're honest.
And it was late.
And it was late.
And they
first of all, we got to get up in the morning to go to work or church, okay?
Yeah, no.
So, you know, you don't want to, you know.
It was Thursday night.
Yeah, people had to go to work the next day. And it was hot.
As shit out there.
And you got the nerve to be up on that stage not singing correctly? Oh, you kidding me? You think I'm a step? Oh, no. And people were leaving. I know because I was there. I was. And they were leaving.
Yes, they were.
I mean, in droves. Not one by one, but 20 by 20. They were leaving. And upset.
But we're going to leave it like that. Good luck, Toni. We're going to see you on tour.
Talk to Toni Braxton, because you still are a legend no matter if you left or not.
Yes, and Toni got 3 Grammy nominations this year. We didn't even talk about no Grammys, but for a new album that y'all slept on, Second Cigarettes, it has 3 nominations. And remember how Toni's like, I'm retiring, y'all not buying my shit. The Grammys are still here for Toni Braxton. And that's a good thing. The Housewives. Now this week, I don't really care about this week, but I do want to say that I can't believe how we really watched Noelle grow up. Like from a little ass girl to a woman going to, I think it was Howard University. It was just good to see, you know, all of that. She was crying and she was scared and all of that stuff. She didn't want to leave her mom. I think they're both codependent on each other, and that's not a good thing. So them being separated, I think is a good thing.
Thank God for Leon.
Yeah, because he knows how to put his foot down. Yeah. He's one of the, what the fuck is the problem? Like, oh yeah. Because I like the forcefulness. You know, not like that, but I just, you know, I'm starting off the year wrong. Talking about, that
smells good.
Yes.
I smell it from the thing. It smells good.
I just found it in your bin by bird.
You like that forcefulness?
I just like how stern he is, and he's strong in his word. First of all, I love people like that, period.
Would you want somebody to be like that to you in a relationship?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't like people who just always want to go with whatever you say. That's corny. I like to go back and forth with people.
What's the name like that? Always wanted to go with what you said?
No. You already know that. I told you that.
No, but that's a nice person. I can't imagine them being stern though.
No,
they weren't stern.
Not with me, no. You know, I like stuff like that. You know, I just can't be with people.
Wait, no, I'm saying what? But was that person a nice? Like you could say what you want and they wouldn't challenge it.
I could say whatever I want,
and they never challenged you.
No,
and you didn't like that.
No,
you wanted some sternness.
Yes, I like to go back and forth. I like not petty arguments, but I like debates.
You like a challenge.
Yes, like if I want to see this, don't see this movie because I want to see this movie. You tell me what movie you want to see.
And at the end of the challenge, you want that person to say, "Shut the fuck up, bitch," and bend over.
No, you're trying me because I'm not that easy. Everybody would say they had me if it was that easy.
Well,
who do you know that can say that?
Well, didn't Mr. King say every time you go to a different city, that guy?
Child, that's him. He don't know what I was doing.
Oh, he doesn't. He was speaking like he did.
Well, listen.
And you never denied it.
My records still say clean, no matter what I do.
Because it's 2019. Dang, I started the year off on the wrong foot because I already had... Babe, why would you call me while I was at church? Say, come on. I need to wait till my pastor stop preaching. Hurry up. At one point I said, you know, I'm tired of this church. Like that little boy. Because he gave me a problem and he told us true.
true.
Yes, he did.
Started
You know why? Because anybody who grew up in church, especially a Baptist church or
Yeah.
a Pentecostal, you sitting there all day. Especially if it's 2 services. They feed you in between. Then, y'all can't don't do that.
But we be in by 8, out by 8:45.
Big. I told people, I said, listen here. We was laughing at that at my pastor's house yesterday. I said, I told him, I said, if you was going to go any longer, I was going to get up and say, I'm tired of this church and leave.
And wait.
He started laughing because he saw the video. He started laughing. But I said, that little boy probably has sat in church all day and he was ready to go.
He had video getting Christmas toys and all
Yeah.
that.
They didn't sit in that church all day. Let these kids sit for one service and take them home. Well, you keep somebody in church all day. Some adults don't want to sit in church all day.
But you know what? These kids need it anyway.
Yeah, they do.
need that
But
guidance.
you know what? With a child, their attention span is it goes so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to have a child in church all day is like, all right, that's a bit much. Because me as a grown man, I don't want to be in church all day. Sometimes I'll be debating, am I going to stay for second service or not? Because, yeah.
And especially if he got to go to the bathroom, he's going home.
Who, man? I told them that on New Year's Eve. Kevin. So we had a little party, I told you, because you was on FaceTime. So they were serving like little taco stuff, small stuff. They made tacos, rice.
That's going to make you go to the bathroom.
I told them in that kitchen, I said, I'm going to tell y'all right, because I was on the committee. I said, I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I'm not joking. If my stomach starts hurting, I'm going home and I'm not coming back. So the one lady gonna say, well, why? I said, because I want to sit on my toilet, not the toilet here in church. So then the guy who helps out the church, he gonna say, oh, well, the toilets here is clean. I said, but they're not clean enough for me, okay? I don't sit on public toilets, okay? So if I go home, you'll see me next Sunday. Thank God my stomach ain't started.
And if he can't make it to his house, you know where he go.
Here.
Because he's been here a couple times at 7-something in the morning. And they be like, Kevin, did you see me, Kevin? I said, no. What are you here for?
To go?
Because ain't nobody here for
the bathroom. Because I
he's
can't
in the
make
bird
it.
box in the bathroom.
And then I'm on my way.
Do his thing. You know.
And that ain't even pooping. It's just peeing too. Because if my bladder is like, you can't make it all the way home. Because I live far from my job.
That is a long way.
Yeah, it is.
From church to just...
Even from church, yeah. I live far. But I'm like, I'll make it home. Because I'm not using no bathroom in church.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. My mother told us a long time ago, you don't sit on no public toilets. And as an adult, I just be like, yeah, I don't do it. I'll squat and hope and pray don't nothing splash. But
Oh my God,
I'm not sitting on no toilet.
I don't even want to talk about my account. Let's just say, me and Gigi went to, I always forget the name. It's not the Cheesecake Factory.
Grand Lux.
We went to the Grand Lux. And,
Their food's good too.
Yes, I tore that brunch up.
You went to Jersey, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all I'm just doing is sitting there like, Gigi, please drive fast enough. Please. Just please.
Yeah, once it hits you that fast, yeah.
And you know you hate when your body know when you're almost at that fucking toilet.
Yep.
Oh! That's all I'm saying. Because, baby.
Alright, let's go.
You know, I just had to get to this.
Yeah.
Even adults.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going with this one.
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's stop talking.
Yeah, let's stop talking. I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Surviving or Kelly.
Right, yeah. Oh my God.
Sometimes you never know.
I don't know.
It's
But
trying to...
No. No. As long as you don't pick.
Nothing. All right, let's be serious for these, because I don't need nobody. We don't need to start the new year off losing people. Okay? All right. So, yes. So R. Kelly tomorrow.
Are you into Vincent? No.
I don't think I could ever be into that.
On a tree, in an alley, but not on a
I
person.
tried a lot of things, but never that. Never. All right.
And you won't ever get me to do that. But go ahead, surviving.
So tomorrow night, Lifetime has a 3-part documentary coming on. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to be watching because I know this is going to be a hot story for the next 3 nights. And these are women who have been sexually abused by R. Kelly, physically abused to R. Kelly, and you know whatever other story they have to tell. And it comes on Lifetime tomorrow, I believe at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Whatever time is coming on, I'm going to be DVRing. I'm going to watch it. It's 6 hours of women telling their stories about R. Kelly. And remember last month I was telling you guys that someone had called to screen him and had it shut down because they threatened to bomb because they were showing the R. Kelly thing.
Right.
And you know, the trailer is very powerful because the women are sitting there at their green screen and they can barely get everything they want to say out. Some are getting up and some are just sitting there crying. But this is a very an important story to talk about. You know, there's been a movement to mute R. Kelly for about 9 months now. So I think it's going to be a powerful documentary, and I haven't even seen it yet. But something happened today that I saw. Someone texted me, not texted me, they tweeted me, and it was saying that Aaliyah's mom responded to someone's story on for Lifetime, and she was basically saying that this person is a liar about what happened with R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Now,
why is someone else speaking on R. Kelly?
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. Like, because you're there to talk about you're and I need to stop playing with me. You're there to talk about your story,
not Aaliyah and R. Kelly.
Yeah, and you took or what you saw. So basically, if you could read it, I mean, if you could see this, I want you to read this.
Okay. Yeah. Direct quote from Aaliyah's mother. The quote says, "The woman and so-called backup singer in the forthcoming surviving documentary that describes seeing, meeting, or ever breathing the same air as my daughter, Aaliyah, is lying and is a liar. My husband and I were always on tour with her and at interviews in every place she went throughout her entire career. Whoever this woman is, I have never seen her before anywhere on planet Earth until now. These lies and fabrications cannot be tolerated and allowed to be spewed from the forked tongues of saboteurs of Aaliyah's legacy. My daughter only wanted to realize her dream of sharing her talent with the world and give her all performing on stage and in front of the camera for the fans she adored so much. She realized that dream thanks to those true fans who still love and support her legacy unconditionally to this day. Shame on all those involved in this project who thought it kosher to drag Aaliyah's name into a situation that has nothing to do with her today. Once again, this will not be tolerated. Sincerely, Diane Houghton." And I know that's right.
Yes.
Because that has nothing, how dare you? That has nothing to do with that.
And to put her in it, because I was thinking like that's just not the story that you want to tell. We all know the story.
Because then when you tell things like that and then you have people like her mother come out and say, no, that's not what happened, then your story looks as if it's not true. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Right. Everything now you're saying is like, well, I wonder if you were really telling the truth.
Yeah. So, you know, that was just based on the claim like R. Kelly had sex with Aaliyah on a tour bus and stuff like that, and they seen it, and you know, something they were questioning like, I wonder why all these years I waited to say something. This could get a whole project shut down, and your story not be told if Aaliyah's family wanted to sue.
Right.
And I haven't heard anything about them suing or anything like that. But you tell your story. You don't tell the story of someone like Aaliyah.
Right.
That's just hard. But then you put her family in more trauma. We already know what went on with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. And that's all. Like, the way I look at it is, okay, he tried to marry her, or they got married and something happened. And that's all I want to look at it as. I don't want to see it as anything else. And that person should have known better. You're a grown person. And if you weren't here to defend yourself, no one should be telling your story. Right. Like, period. No one should be telling someone else's story that's not here to defend
Aaliyah's family probably wants nothing to do with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
So, therefore, don't mention her and him. Aaliyah has been gone for, what, 18 years this year. Maybe 18 years. Nobody wants to talk about R. Kelly. Her and R. Kelly's relationship was over 20 years ago.
Yeah, over 25 years.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody, listen. Nobody's talking about that no more. Let Aaliyah continue to rest. Her family wants nothing to do with R. Kelly or this project. Let it go.
Yeah. Her family was very quiet.
Her family, I mean, you know, she was the one who was in the spotlight, you know what I mean? And she's gone now, so it's like, you know. Yeah. And it probably still pains her family. Well, I know it does still pain them, but it's sad.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed the Housewives, but we'll get back to that. We'll catch up with the Housewives next week. Because Nene, I was really disappointed in you when you brought Tanya there and you disrespected your friend. So Bird Box. Everyone, this is our favorite topic. Everyone has been talking about Bird Box. It took me about, I watched it on Christmas Day. That's when I watched Bird Box. And the first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know if I can get into this. And then, like, I did make myself watch it. And I enjoyed it.
So did I.
And what I saw from it was basically, it was a movie about faith. And everything that, not only just Sandra Bullock, but all the characters, every time they moved blindly, and they just kept trusting. Only time they didn't move blindly is when they had that GPS. But every other time,
or if they were in the house,
yes, it was blindly. And I'm like, look at all the things you can do when you push yourself out there, and just trust yourself, and your instincts,
but not even trust yourself. Trust God.
Yeah.
That's who you're really trusting to move you through, because you yourself, you have no idea. So you have to have this higher power that is guiding you through this. You know what I mean? And he's the one that's giving you the knowledge and the know-how to go through. My favorite part was the boat scene when they started going through, but before they got to the rough part, and she explained to them, I'm going to need one of y'all to be my eyes because I won't be able to see. And that was the most goosebumpiest part of the whole movie for me, because when the little boy said, I'll do it, and then she snapped at him and said, no, you're not going to do it. I'm going to be the one that picks. And then the camera went to the little girl, and you could tell in the little girl's face, you could just tell that the little girl probably was thinking, well, I know she's going to want me to do it, so I might as well just volunteer. And I thought to myself, if Sandra Bullock says, okay, you're going to do it, I'm going to be so pissed at her. I'm going to be so pissed at her for making this little girl. Because the little girl, if you really paid attention to the film, you could tell the little girl and Sandra Bullock their characters were disconnected from each other.
Because it's not her child.
It's not even her child. So they were really disconnected from her. And I think the little girl did feel that way. Because remember, at one point, the little boy told Sandra Bullock, she doesn't think you like her. You know, it's like, it was so sad. So when Sandra Bullock said, you know what, no one's going to do it. No one's, and I just said, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. Like, because I was like really into it, like, she gonna make this little girl look and die? Like, just you gonna have to push that little girl off the boat? Because she won't be able to stay on the boat with her eyes looking like that.
Because she's gonna kill all of them. And herself.
Oh, God.
Okay.
What happened to the little girl? I don't know. What little girl you talking about? She wasn't on this boat. Okay.
But eventually, it took like from the rest of the movie for her to like really trust Sandra Bullock's character. Because remember, she was looking for her in the woods too.
Yeah.
Like she was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the film, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, or you know, everybody watched it because everybody else watched it. But I really,
I felt like
enjoyed it
when I watched it. The hype was just starting, so it wasn't as big. So I was like, well, I had already seen it, the ad, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it as soon as I finish this. So when I watched it, I was like, instead of me being a part of the hype, I just watched it. And I was able to get into the story. I think a lot of people were watching it because they were like, oh, I want to see if it's good. Oh, it wasn't good, but then they didn't really mentally understand the story. You know what I mean? Now, there were a lot of parts of this movie that were left unexplained. Like, whatever happened to that guy and girl that left in the house.
Yeah.
No, you never heard. Of course, we know that they probably died because they probably didn't make it.
Because they probably got out their car.
Right. But they never said exactly what happened. You know what I mean? They never said what happened to Sandra Bullock's parents. Remember, she was trying to get a hold of her parents. It's just a lot of things that were just not. But it was a good movie for me because it was like it was like you were, like that scripture says. We walk by faith and not by sight, and it was like that's what I saw as I was watching this movie, and it really was a good movie to me. It really was. Like, I thought it was a good movie. Like I said, those who said that they didn't like it, said that it was horrible. I just felt like, well, maybe y'all didn't understand it, and that's probably why you didn't think. And I wouldn't even tell them to go back and watch it now, because now I feel like they're so tainted with the hype that they wouldn't even get it because they were just so, I'm gonna watch it because of the hype. And it's like, no, sometimes you gotta watch stuff on your own, not because of the hype. You know.
So, but if you have, I'm sure y'all probably seen it because Netflix tweeted out 45 million accounts has watched Bird Box.
Yeah. And mine was a part of that.
Yeah,
my
mine too.
Yeah.
And nobody else has my Netflix account now. But me.
Oh,
you know I had I don't think I told you I had found the culprit who was using my Netflix account.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
And I'm like, how the fuck you get my password?
I can do that because I did that.
I didn't know that she had my password.
Well, how did she get it? How did you find out it was her? Because I can imagine.
Yes. Well, I didn't curse nobody out.
No.
But I was like, this is what happened. So, you know, when you watch Netflix, they always say like, continue watching.
Right.
And I'm like, I wasn't watching this, and I damn sure wasn't watching. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I log on my computer, and I go to my account. And on your account, you can see who logged in, and it give you like the little IP address, or if it's an iPhone, a tablet, or something like that. And it kept saying, some days it would say an Android, and some days it would say an iPhone. So what I did was I waited again, and I looked and see, somebody's on now. So what I did was I logged everybody out. So my mom's room, my room, and it cuts everything off at one time. And I changed the password. I don't even know what I changed the password to, but it's in my computer. Right. And the next thing I know, you know how you have regular conversation, and what about the Netflix or something like that? And I said,
it was you.
Yeah. I didn't even need to say nothing else. I didn't even get mad. I just was like, no, nobody's getting my password. Nobody's getting my password again. And what happened was my mom's husband keep them passwords written down, like I got the wrestling network.
So she must have found it, or one of the kids
or Madison found it and gave it away. So they all been using it. And one time I couldn't get in to Netflix.
That's why I don't get my password up.
If
I do give it, and I gave it to one person, and I put it in her phone, and I said because I don't trust you to not give it to somebody, and then they log me the fuck out of my shit.
That's right. Or you can't watch it. Period. Yes. Because it's more than two screens watching at one time. So they're like, oh no, you can't watch.
Right.
And I'm not paying extra money. You know how they always want to say, oh, you can pay extra. No. How about you do something? How about you pay more?
Right.
Because ain't nobody. I say I pay all this. Pay my wrestling. I pay my Hulu. I pay Amazon. I pay iTunes. Every entertainment is paid for. My Xbox, and I need to pay for my Xbox thing because I know it's about to expire. Yeah, but I pay for all of that. You know.
Yeah.
That shit made me mad when I found out. Like, if you want my password, ask me. Don't sneak my stuff.
But they probably knew you was gonna give it to them anyway. And you
I even gave you my password.
You gave it to me,
and you haven't.
But
been
you
watching
wouldn't give it to her
if she would have came to me and asked me
on a good day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Well, I haven't been watching anything on Hulu because of the fact that I only went to it because of that movie you told me to.
Yeah,
but I feel like I'm not. I don't even know if it's the same password. Is it?
It's the same.
Oh wait, can I log into it? Let me see if it just comes on.
Yeah, and I don't have no commercials on mine. Oh yeah, it must have signed you out.
Yeah, log in with. Yeah, because
it had that movie on there.
I don't watch it because of the fact that I don't really know really what's on Hulu because I'm
basically it's TV show like old school TV shows and you got some movies, but if you watching Hulu, it's basically for TV.
Yeah,
TV shows.
See, Netflix has gotten so good.
Yeah.
That it's like.
But you know who else got some good stuff? If you really look, Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime has a lot of good stuff. And I was watching this good documentary about James Baldwin called "I Am Not Your Negro."
Oh, you know what's good that I saw recently on Netflix? The Innocent Man.
I think I seen like a little preview for it.
It is good, and it will make you
mad. The Innocent Man, but he must have been innocent.
Well, it wasn't just he. It was like 4 different guys. But the story's good, so I wouldn't tell you what it is.
Yeah,
I would wait until it's really good.
It's brand. I know. It has to be like Netflix original or something. Yeah. All right, y'all. But before we go, I gotta tell you something. I watched Next Friday for the first time, all the way through.
Next Friday.
For the first time. For all the way through, for the first time on Netflix. They got all the Fridays up there. I just wish they never did a next Friday and a Friday at the next. Friday was a classic, and next Friday, you don't even want to watch that more than once. No. I'm like, I ain't watching Friday at the next. No. So, and it was stupid. The whole storyline was stupid. Never mind. But that was their most. That Friday made the most money out of all the Fridays.
Was
next Friday. But then I guess people didn't like it because the Friday at the next only made $30 million. So they
that's because it was like
shit.
I think that people when next Friday came out, people were excited to see how it was going to go since it was going to be without Chris Tucker. You know what I mean? But
waste of time. But I watched it. I was like, Kim Whitley, you don't feel bad about taking this role? Like, I was really like looking down, like, bitch.
No, she needs a check. Why would you?
Listen,
are we ready?
Listen, y'all, we're gonna go. Tomorrow is a new Congress, okay? I know the government shut down. I feel bad for the government workers that can't
get their pay,
get their checks and stuff. But look, we got a whole bunch of Skorpion Show videos. If you're gonna be home, you can turn us the fuck on, okay? And tell a friend. Okay. Or if your friend is home, tell them to watch the Skorpion Show. We're gonna go. We're gonna have a great 2019. I just want to say thank you all. I don't care if you've been riding since yesterday or since, August or something in 2008. Just thank y'all for still supporting us as we enter our 11th year of the Skorpion Show. This is like so crazy.
11 years.
11 fucking years, right? Tell me about it. So just thank y'all. We're going to go. Also, we're going to do a January live stream probably in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, probably like January the 16th. So that way we'll be well into 2019. I don't know why I'm going to say 16 so bad. Well into 2019. Thank y'all for riding with us. We're going to go and we will see y'all. We'll see y'all next Monday. We'll see y'all next Monday. But I might be back because I want to talk about that show, The Masked Singer. But we'll see how it goes. If it's a bad show, I ain't coming back. But if it's good, I'll be back. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
The what singer?
The Masked